Shalom, Akib Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noah's in his gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson through the spirit. Just kind of meditating on some things. And just watching the trends of the economy and the wars and the civil unrest, and it's all getting ready to fall down. It's already getting ready to come down. As we know that Japan's markets have tanked 12.5% as of yesterday, and I believe that the Dow was down 1,000 points as of yesterday as well. And global markets, all the way from Airbnb to different stocks of these different corporations, they all seem to be down and plundering. Now, we understand that all this shit is controlled systematically. The economy, the stock market is all being controlled and manipulated by the elites because they want to bring about a digital-based system, because that's where it's all going to lead to at the end of the day, is setting up a digital currency, which is going to mandate the MOT to the B, which we affectionately call the mark of the beast, or the Bible calls it. Now, with that being said, you got several things that can happen, okay? Because we understand during the time of these markets and these bear markets and the real estate bubbles or the real estate markets fluctuating, things tend to get cheaper before they get more expensive, because they have to sell off particular stocks and shit like that. Like this guy Warren Buffett, I think it was Warren Buffett, if I'm not mistaken. They said that he sold over 500 something, I believe, billion in Apple shares. So if we wasn't entering a global collapse, then why are they selling all this stock? Why are they selling it off on high levels as such? You know, same thing that they did back in 2020 when before the you-know-what hit. A lot of those Fortune 500 bankers and those brokers, a lot of them was selling off their trades and their stocks, and they was selling their merchandise off, man, because they understood that we was doing it. It was basically a wealth grab, you know? So, hey, things are getting ready to happen, and they're going to have to go to war behind it, because I believe Japan dumped over $22 billion of U.S. treasuries, and I believe they're like the top holder of U.S. treasuries in the world, you know what I'm saying? So in order for them to dump those treasuries, they have to raise interest rates on their currency, because the yuan is getting ready to collapse. So in order for them to have some type of sustainable economy, they have to raise interest rates, which is going to affect the dollar. Okay, so your purchasing power is getting ready to be pretty much obsolete at this point, man. Okay, because the average person, they don't really understand money. They don't understand how these markets work. Okay, and we understand them to some degree, but it's very diverse, because in the scriptures it tells you about unjust weight or unjust balance or uncertain riches. As the scriptures say, woe to them that that believe or trust in uncertain riches, and the uncertain rich is the U.S. dollar, man. Okay, that's an uncertain rich because, or that's an uncertain currency, because for the simple fact it's not being backed by anything. Okay, contrary to popular opinion, it was backed by the petro. Okay, because you have what they call the OPEC nations, which haven't resupplied America's. They haven't replenished their how can I say it? They haven't replenished their I'm trying to find a word for it, but basically they ain't being resupplied like that, you know. And the fact that Saudi Arabia and the Saudis are pretty much cutting this place off, that leads the dollar to just a free fall, because ultimately it's really backed by the U.S. military. They show up in your country with a military, and then before you know it, you got to get in order under their central bank orders. Same thing that happened in Venezuela. As we're seeing, Venezuela currency has been totally devalued to the point people are making wallets and merchandise out of what used to be money, because it's nothing. And this is what happens when you sell out to Esau. So the same thing for the U.S. dollar. Okay, eventually they're gonna have to pull a plug on it, and they're gonna have to come with another form of currency to keep people appeased, because once the banks go down and people can't get their money out of the banks, then people are gonna they're gonna bug the fuck out. Okay, because These people have faith in the US dollar, or they have faith in the uncertain rich. All right, and the scriptures told us not to put our faith in uncertain riches, man. Now, on top of that, they're gonna have to go to war behind it, because as these global markets are destabilizing, hey, in order to keep the dollar propped up, they're gonna have to raise interest rates. Inflation has got to get out of hand, and they got to go to war behind it. So ain't no coincidence that the U.S. Or that the United States government, they're already talking about deploying troops to the Middle East to back up this whole Israel and Hamas ordeal, which has been going on since the 7th of October, which the West was totally behind that. Same thing with the war in Ukraine. So it's all getting ready to crash down, man, all right? Sooner than later, people ain't gonna have jobs to go to. And they were speaking about it on the reports about how unemployment is getting ready to skyrocket, you know, because people, they ain't gonna have the necessary means to sustain themselves, man. And then what happens when people don't have jobs? Crime, all right? And what happens after that? Murder. These people ain't letting me over, man. Murder, robbery, thievery, people invading one another, riots, class riots, and the list goes on. Okay, so this is basically what we have to look forward to, or what these people have to look forward to in the coming months, Lord's will. Because, you know, they asked this demon Kamala, what was she gonna do to heal the economy? And she didn't really give a straightforward answer. You know, she worked around the question, because ultimately their goal is to push that MOTB, okay, a digital-based currency, which they're totally behind that. They're totally behind years of that digital-based currency. They supposed to have this shit up years ago. Okay, they was talking about establishing a central current or a digital-based currency back in 2015, 2016, 2017. Oh, about 2019, we're gonna have it up and running. 2023, as we know, last year they came out with the FedNow, which I think is supposed to have been like some type of algorithm-based app that allows you to convert CDs. However they did it, I don't know. But they went on a trial run last July, and ain't no coincidence that a lot of these major brokers from, like, what's this, PayPal, Cash App, a lot of these founders were founded up dead, you know, because they're getting ready to switch this system over. So it's just a matter of time, man. You know, so you brothers out there, you few sisters out there that's in to know, hey, you know, hey, stay watching, stay prayed up. Because eventually, you know, we all gonna have to walk away from what we know. Okay, we ain't gonna be able to live in our homes or apartments. We're not gonna be able to work these jobs. Okay, we're not gonna be able to do the things or travel as we once did, because they're getting ready to lock things back down. Okay, it's this other guy, I believe, that's gonna replace Fauci, and he come in the same spirit, basically stating that they need the UN and NATO to mandate juice mandates at gunpoint. And remember, Yahweh Shai said, you have not resisted unto blood. So how you think they're gonna establish this new world order? You think they just gonna say, hey, look, we want you to accept the NWO, get your chip, and, you know, let bygones be bygones? No, they're gonna force this shit by military takeover, man. This is why they let all those migrants in here, because they understand that the American military is being shipped out to the Middle East, and when America goes to shit, who's gonna patrol the streets? They're gonna have UN over here, man. All those nationals, those African nationals, those Iranian nationals, who the hell you think those are military age men? Okay, I saw a video yesterday that they came through, I believe, allegedly they was coming through like the southern boot of California, but they over here, man, you know. And this is why the Lord said that he was gonna basically fill with men as caterpillars. Okay, and when you think of a caterpillar, I mean, shit, you think of, like, you know, I mean, caterpillars are vast in numbers, even though you don't really see them directly because they hide within grass, but still, you know. So these men are over here ready to enforce this new world order. When you got Israelites out there that's basically stating, oh, there's not going to be any Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? The mark of the beast is not this micro C hip. You got Israelites that's coming in that spirit, man. So the question in them is, when this is instituted, what are they going to tell their congregation? What are they going to tell the people that follow them? You know, because from what I know, GMS is the only one that's pushing the mark of the beast in the affiliate camps. Okay, you got the IUIC that's saying that, oh, well, it's sin, it's sin, it's sin. Now, taking an MOTB is a sin, but it's not sin, which sin is the transgression of the law. Okay, that's not the definition of sin, taking an MOTB. That's not what it is. All right, the MOTB is this micro C hip. Tells you in Revelation 13 and 16. You go into the Greek word, it goes into the Greek word charagma. Okay? Things sculpted, things carved. So they're going to put something physically inside your body. Okay? And your CBDC, it's basically a digital social security card. You know, your CBDCs, your IDs, your wallet, your passport, your bank account information, your doctor's records. All this is going to be based inside this microchip. Okay? And this is what they want to force upon humanity. So oftentimes we say that World War III is not going to happen until that become the national norm, until the chip is passed. So you don't have to worry about a nuclear war until the mark of the beast is fully instituted. But what we're witnessing now out of geopolitics is that the Most High, he's playing chess move. He's playing chess. He's setting up these nations in strategic points so they can go to war. So therefore, when the economy collapses, and I've always said, as I said, when the economy collapses, that's when they're going to push the chip. And that's what's going to lead to world war. Because, hey, going back to the time of World War II, same thing, pretty much the same nations in play. Hey, based on that, the U.S. military entered the war to establish the U.S. dollar as the world reserve currency. That's why they got into World War II at the last minute of it, man. Because they wanted to overthrow the British pound to put the United States dollar as the current value currency of the world at that time. And when you look at it today, it's the same goddamn thing. What are they doing here? You know? So yeah, man, you know, this thing is getting ready to fall down. We don't know what's going to come of these selections. And personally, shit, I hope Kamala win, because they blaming this whole collapse or this whole Dow thing with Japan. They blaming it on Kamala already. You know, so part of me hopes she gets in there, because we understand that if she gets in there, basically what's going to happen is, shit, she's going to bring this place into shit. The minute she gets in there, it's a done deal. Because, hey, they don't respect no goddamn... They don't respect no goddamn woman, man, as being a president, especially not no so-called black woman. They not going to respect that shit. So that's smoke and mirrors. So either way it go, Trump gets in there, Kamala gets in there. At the end of the day, this place is through. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to destroy it. And we're getting ready to be delivered. And we're getting ready to get the kingdom of heaven. And I mean, it don't get no better than that. So, hey, brother, sit back, enjoy the show, watch this motherfucker crash and burn, man, and praise Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right, but anyway, with that, I'm actually at my destination, so I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by Shem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, you will edify. And to the next lesson. Shalom. May the Most High be with you. Shalom.